Hello, YouTube. We're back for vlog 3, and this is a very special vlog to me. I'm going to be going over a lot because we've been content creating together for about a month now. So that means I have YouTube analytics to look at, and you guys' comments and views to look at and reflect from now. And so it's given me a lot to think about. So there's going to be quite a few things that I want to cover in this vlog. So I've gone ahead and made myself some bullet points. And I may also have some more cuts and edits in this video just so that I can make sure I get to everything without taking like 30 minutes of your time, because I'm a rambler. I can talk and talk for ages when I get on a subject that I'm passionate about. So I will try to keep this concise and get to the point without dragging this out for too long. So basically, to start off, like I said, I've been posting for about a month now, and so far I've been able to post 4 long weekly videos and then 4 weekly shorts, as well as 2 vlogs, not including this one, obviously. But that's a lot of content. I did not expect myself to be able to do so much in such a short amount of time. And honestly, looking back, it doesn't even seem real. Like, it just went by in a blur for me, just like the rest of this year has been. I swear I blinked and suddenly we're here in July. I don't know how that happened. So we've already made a lot of progress this month, including hitting our first little milestone. I'm calling it a milestone because even though it's not technically big in terms of YouTube numbers, it is big to me. It is important to me. And I wanted to have something for us to celebrate at the end of our first month here, and that is that we hit 50 subs. It's so much faster than I ever thought we would hit it at, because I really thought I was just going to be screaming into the endless void here for a long time. Like most social media and content creation, you really have to keep at it for a long time before you see any growth. And so for me to see, 50 followers in 1 month, I'm like, oh my gosh, that's huge to me. And it's no Mr. Beast, but that's huge in my heart. And I really appreciate everybody who has checked out my content and decided to subscribe and like it and stick around for my little journey here. And from this month, I've also been able to get some YouTube analytics, which has allowed me to learn more about my views and what you guys like. And it's been pretty interesting to me. So I found out that my shorts bring in the most views, which is not surprising. It's the easiest content to watch. It's under a minute long, and shorts really get pushed out by the YouTube algorithm. So I'm not shocked to see that at all. But the most long-term subscribers and unique viewers actually come from my long-term videos. Surprisingly, I thought it was going to be mostly shorts that was making me grow with all of the views, but really it's the people who take the time out of their day to watch my longer videos and see if they like me and decide to stick around. And so that's really cool of everybody who has watched one of my longer videos and decided to hit sub or hit like or even leave a comment. I really appreciate it, because I know it's like 20 to 30 minutes. That's a lot of time to ask of somebody to take out of their day. So I really appreciate it from the bottom of my heart that, we've had 50 people stick around and decide to watch these videos. So that's such a big deal to me. Like, I don't even know how to say thank you or really wrap my brain around this. One thing that I'm kind of still struggling with is like coping with, I guess, I don't know what the right term for this would be, is like getting used to being seen by so many people, because my top viewed short, I think it was my birthday one, which is pretty funny. That was a funny short, so I'm glad people enjoyed it, but that one got almost 5,000 views versus my other shorts that have gotten like a few hundred. So that's pretty big. That's a huge jump in views. And to conceptualize in my brain that 5,000 people have opened that short and heard my silly little voice laughing at myself in my birthday and seen my model here and enjoyed watching it, like, blows my mind, because I always put numbers into the form of like, if I was in a room with the amount of people who viewed this video, would it be crazy to me? And absolutely, to be sitting in a room of 5,000 people watching this video, I would freak out. I would have so much anxiety from that. And so getting used to putting myself out there in my content is definitely something that's gonna take me some more time. I'm incredibly thankful and humbled that so many people have watched, and even including my longer videos. My most recent FNAF video, FNAF Part 2, that one almost got 1,000 views when my other videos have not even cracked 100, I think. So that was another big jump. That was another random video that just got really big. And again, I'm like sitting here thinking, sitting in a room of 1,000 people watching that video, ooh, I feel so cringe. So many people have seen my cringe, and it's something I'm just gonna have to get used to. I feel like it probably comes with the territory of like, you just kind of, I don't know, I don't want to say get numb to it, but you just get used to the fact that people are going to be staring at your model, listening to you talk and make jokes and react to games, whatever you're doing. And it's only going to continue to grow as we grow. So it's definitely something I need to work on. I'll probably look at the analytics and comments and stuff more and like really try to drive into my brain like, yes, you are a content creator now and people are going to be watching you, and that's okay. That's what we want to happen. So we need to have 5,000 people looking at your face. Or not really my face, my model's face, but still, like 5,000 people listening to my voice. Like, my voice has always been something that made me self-conscious. I never really felt like I had a very good voice. Like, you know how sometimes you meet people and you're like, "Ooh, that's a good voice." I never had that feeling about me before, and I do have a little bit of like a lisp, and I stutter sometimes, and that's kind of left over from when I was younger and I had a speech disability. And in my longer videos, you don't notice it as much because I will cut it out as much as possible to streamline the video, but also to just not look crazy. But in the vlogs, you tend to see it more often because like I said in the first vlog, this is stream of consciousness kind of content. So I'm just sitting here talking to you guys, telling you about how I'm feeling, and I'm trying to cut less of myself out. Like, I also tend to pause a lot while I speak, and I cut a lot of pauses out when I'm making long-term videos. So you don't really get to see the cadence of my speech too much. You don't get to see how I'm just naturally speaking like this and pausing between my words to kind of collect my thoughts before I speak again. And so that's kind of what I do like about these vlog videos, is it's very natural and it lets you guys see kind of how I am outside of the fast-paced shorts or the way cut down long videos. And so this is the voice I'm working with, obviously. And it's something that I've always been self-conscious about, maybe because I did have a bit of speech issues when I was younger, that I've definitely grown out of, but I do have some of that stuff left over even as an adult now. And so I think at this moment that is something that still makes me nervous, is like, people are gonna listen to my voice and hear the way I stutter, hear the way I have a lisp on S words and stuff like that. And I feel like nervous that I'm gonna be judged for it, but at the same time, I feel like that's also something that I'm gonna grow used to. Like, you kind of grow a thicker skin as you go along, right? And everybody's been incredibly nice to me so far. Nobody's like come into my comment section and been like, damn, your voice is so annoying. Thank God, because if somebody had come into like my first video and been like, this is bad and your voice is annoying, then that might have been really demotivating. But everybody's been super sweet so far and super supportive, which I'm really grateful for. And just as I go along in this journey, I'm gonna continue to get used to this, to getting content made, to myself. Even when I'm filming videos right now, I still cringe at myself when I do things like film an intro, and it's like, that's just standard content creator stuff that like you have to do, it's part of the video. But you know, I just think of all those memes that's like, what's up guys, welcome to this crazy YouTube video, and my brain, even though I'm not doing that, I'm not saying that, I'm just saying, hey YouTube, welcome to my video, my brain thinks of that meme and I'm just like, oh, we're cringe. And so that's definitely something that like I'm gonna slowly get used to. But it's just funny to me that like even in private, like not even in the video that I'm like posting out to you guys, I'm sitting here cringing and it's just me recording alone in my room. So anyways, that is definitely a journey of self-acceptance that I'm on currently, is having to get used to people actually watching me, and I guess enjoying watching me since a few people have followed now. But as far as, you know, more progress and growth besides what I've seen in the analytics, I've also done a lot of self-reflection on my content because I've played two games on the channel now that are wildly different categories of games. So I've gotten some good experience between the two of them. I had Five Nights at Freddy's, which was a horror game, obviously, and then I did Duck Detective, which was like a story-driven game with like puzzles and stuff and solving cases. And so two very wildly different games, and I got to experience, you know, how you guys felt about them and how I felt about them. And I'm glad looking at the analytics and what you guys have been watching the most. It lines up with what I like the most as well, because when I edit FNAF, I think it's so much fun. I laugh and I'm smiling the whole time at myself being stupid and cringy and getting jump scared. Meanwhile, when I was editing Duck Detective, I was just like straight faced and bored the whole time. I was like, I'm not enjoying this. And if I'm not enjoying this content, then people watching it are not going to enjoy this content either. And the views and analytics have absolutely backed that up, because the things that I've had the most fun recording and editing have gotten a lot of views versus Duck Detective, which kind of fell flat. It is a great game. It is really cute. It's really fun. But for making video content, it's kind of hard because I'm just sitting there staring at this game, letting the story play. Like, there's not a whole lot of reaction to it like there is with FNAF. And so I feel like it's not as engaging. So that's why, like, you guys as the viewer might not enjoy it as much, and I certainly don't enjoy it as much when I'm editing. And so it's leading me to believe that I kind of want to go more towards a reactionary type of game or content, and hopefully you guys would enjoy that as well. So I got a few more horror games from the Steam Summer Sale, and I'm gonna be playing some of those on the channel. And I might take the channel in a little bit more of a horror direction, because I do really enjoy horror games and I think they do get good reactions out of me and I can make great content with it. But I don't know how far into the horror genre that I want to go, because like I've enjoyed Five Nights at Freddy's. I've actually tried filming some reaction TikTok content. Like, I decided to do a video the other day that I was just gonna call like exposing my TikTok timeline, and I was just scrolling down my timeline watching a few videos and reacting to them for a video. But what I found out is my TikTok timeline is all spooky shit. It's all horror TikToks and ghost stories and true crime and just scary stuff like that. And so the video very quickly switched from look at my crazy TikTok timeline that I'm gonna expose for you guys to let's just watch some horror TikToks together, because it's literally all we were coming across. Every other video was just horror related or a ghost story or something, which are things I really enjoy. And so I do want to give that a try on the channel. I'm gonna be editing my reactions from some of the horror TikToks and putting that into a video for you guys to try out, see if you guys like it, see if I like it, because I'm still in the infant stages of this channel, so I'm still wanting to try different types of content, different types of videos, see what works, what doesn't work, what I enjoy, what I don't enjoy. And so for a while, probably for the next couple of months, maybe even a year, who knows, I'm just gonna be trying to come up with video ideas and just trying them all out. I'm gonna be exploring what I like, what I don't like, and hopefully kind of feeling out my identity as a content creator as I go along. And so that's one of the things that I wanted to talk about, was just that I think because of how I feel about the content that I put out so far and how the views feel honestly about the content that I put out so far, I do think I want to go more in a horror direction and maybe in a more reactionary content direction, but we'll see how far into it I go, because I don't know if I want to be an exclusively horror channel or if I want to do horror with a few like breaths of fresh air with some other content, because I started a game today. It's called Welcome to the Game 2, and if you don't know anything about this game, it's actually deeply disturbing. You're searching the deep web for these codes because a woman was kidnapped, and you're trying to find where she's located by getting all of these codes and putting them together from the deep web. And the developer did a very good job of making the websites on the deep web very creepy and gross. Like, there's definitely a few websites that I opened today that I was just like, I want to puke. That's gross. And I'll probably cut most of those out of the video or cover them up so you guys don't have to see the same things I'm seeing. But it kind of gave me pause to think, like, how far into horror content do I want to go? Because, like, FNAF was fun and not, like, creepy and gross, but Welcome to the Game is definitely very gross. And so it's like, maybe I want to do horror content, but not like to the level of Welcome to the Game. Maybe I just need to find like my horror niche. Maybe I'm more of like a psychological horror type of person. And so, like I said, it's just gonna be a lot of trial and error coming up here with me trying different games, trying different formats, different content, and just seeing what I'm enjoying and seeing how you guys are enjoying it as well. So if you have any feedback for me or any suggestions, feel free to leave it in the comment section. I'm always taking a look at what you guys have to say. I actually got a suggestion from one of you guys the other day that was pretty interesting. You guys suggested Omori for me, which is a game that I've seen played before, but I've never seen anything past like the first 15-20 minutes of the game. Like, I saw a streamer start it, but I've never actually continued to watch past that. So it's a game that I can head into pretty blindly, and according to a lot of the reviews that I've read that don't contain spoilers, it's a very well written story that's kind of like a psychological horror, and it does have some triggering topics, but it's not, visually gross like Welcome to the Game is. So it might be interesting to try that soon and see how I like that and see how you guys like that as well. So yeah, that's kind of where I am at the moment. This was just a quick wrap up of this first month of us making content together and celebrating 50 followers and kind of talking about how I feel about the content in the channel and where I'm thinking in terms of going with content next. So I believe that's everything I wanted to cover in this vlog. Thank you guys so much for watching again, and have a great day. Bye bye. Bye 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 bye.